name so I can call you. So I can call you by your name, please. I'm saying iPhone. Okay, iPhone has okay. Thank you, everybody. So we are just going to start immediately so that we have time. Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tosin Abolade. I'm a member of the FON business team, and welcome to the. I hope everybody can hear me, please.
Yes.
I hope everybody can hear me. Thank you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you. So welcome to the FON Virtual Business Exhibition. This is a platform that we have given to business owners to be able to showcase their business, to be able to increase their brand awareness, and also to possibly meet their target audience. So it's nice having everybody with us today. Quickly, so I'm just going to open the floor to Ajibola Fani, is the FON business president, and is going to be speaking to us quickly about the FON business, who we are, what we do, and what we offer. So, Ajibola, the floor is yours, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Tosin. And I welcome everybody to this meeting, to this program. So, business committee, for some of you, you already know what we do, but for those who do not know what we do, I will just explain briefly. So we are one of the committees that support the big goal and objective of Friends of Nigeria. So our own aim and objective is to try and pursue this grand scheme of helping Nigerians in France and in Europe at wide to get that recognition that they really need, that they deserve, and help to push our own brands. So Nigeria for Nigerians, basically. And this we would like to achieve through different kind of programs. So this is one of them. This is our inaugural virtual exhibition. We hope to have something even much bigger, in the next, in the nearest future. And normally we also have other plans as well, ranging from, we have other plans ranging from seminars, investment summits, and all of that. And we also support FON with Spotlight Nigeria and other business-related events. You'll be hearing more from us, and we'll also be coming up with a lot of other exciting programs. So yeah, but once again, I welcome you all to this very first virtual exhibition, and I hope you'll have a nice time. Thank you very much. Over to you, President.
Thank you very much, Ajibola. And so I'm just going to be welcoming everybody again because I see that we still have some people joining us. Welcome, yes, welcome, thank you. So we're just going to be moving directly to the agenda for today. And today we'll be having a group of enthusiastic entrepreneurs presenting and pitching their business to us. They would be having an informative business session with our guest speaker, whom we would meet later during the meeting. His name is Mr. Sunkanmi Ola. Is going to be sharing insights to doing business in Europe as a foreigner, business funding, his own success stories and victories as a business owner as well. So please make sure to stay to the very end of the meeting. Please let's make sure to also give our exhibitors undivided attention, because at the end of their presentation, you would be voting for them. So we have prizes for the first runner up, the second and third, and it's going to be the audience that is going to be making those votes. So please, it's in your hands. There are spots at Spotlight Nigeria. It's in your hands. So please, right now I'm just going to be quickly introducing our exhibitors. Abiodun, sorry, Ajibola, if you can just share your screen. So right now I would quickly introduce our exhibitors. The next slide, please, Ajibola. Dua Taiwo, the founder CEO of Agromat. Alongside with him is Temitope Lanisa, the co-founder and CEO of Agromat as well. Then we have Adeyemi Oni, who is the principal consultant of OneNext. Following him is Christabel Enopatre, CEO and executive chair of Naira Matmom. And then is the founder and monitor Alexis Foundation. Right now, we'll be giving the floor to our exhibitors. Please, as I said earlier, please listen to them, undivided attention, and we would be starting first with Agromat. The floor is yours.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. So my name is Ifeoluwa Taiwo, and I came to France, and my co-founder, we came to France, like some of us can also relate. We came to further our studies in France. It was the height of the pandemic, and we wanted to order ethnic groceries, and unfortunately, we couldn't get those groceries delivered at home, and there were no available online stores for us to get these products. As such, we carried out a survey on FON as well as other African ethnic communities to see if they share the same pain points with us. And we found out that from the survey results, it was positive. They had the same problems and they couldn't get their ethnic products delivered to them. To further strengthen our finding, we spoke with vendors, we spoke with artisans, those caterers who make ready-to-eat groceries, ready-to-eat products like snacks and others, and they had the same problem as well. And we then went back and we sat down and prepared to develop Agromat, a platform where we can create like a one-stop shop for these people, the customers, as well as the vendors. And it was also a problem that people could not, people were using local stores and they had to visit like 1 to 3 stores before they could actually get all their products in a particular shopping. As such, we said, okay, it's good for us to create Agromat, and it's going to be a one-stop shop. We have created now a website where you can actually buy products, and you can actually buy your grocery products. And we saw that delivery was also a problem, and we ensured to resolve this problem by delivering these products to customers at your doorstep, at your convenience. You can be able to get your products delivered to you. At the moment, we have already the site is functional. We have created a website and people have started ordering from us, and we have been delivering. But for the moment, we do deliveries just for the weekends, and we have agreements and partnerships with some logistics company, and we use their platforms to deliver our products. And for the moment now, we make orders. We give a gap till Thursday for people to make their orders, and the cutoff is Thursday when orders can be made. So we use the weekend to deliver all the products. In 2024, we plan to complete the quarter 2 of 2024. We plan to complete the mobile app, and with the mobile app, we have more traction. We'll be able to speak, more personally to our customers, and still solve the ongoing problems of grocery delivery. We offer a variety of products from your packaged groceries to your fresh food groceries at very affordable margins. And with this, we can be able to service quite a lot of people living in Ile-de-France. At the moment, we are delivering just for Ile-de-France. Our coverage is just Ile-de-France. But by next year, we already at the moment working on a solution where we can, take orders from outside of Paris and outside, neighboring cities, Marseille, and other cities in France. And that is what we offer. That is what we intend to aim. We intend to make use of this powerful tool, our website and our grocery mobile application, to reach our customers from every nook and cranny. And we intend that this will be a tool where we can connect both the vendors and both the vendors as well as the customers. We are soliciting for your support. We're soliciting for your patronage, as we believe that the business, the model is a very powerful. It's a very lucrative model. We have we are working on margins. We are working on margins as well as subscription model for our vendors to make our our margins on the service that we render. And yes, and that would be all we offer. We are connected at the moment with ventures like ESSEC Ventures. With ESSEC Ventures, we are in the school, the 2024. We're in the school of the current batch of entrepreneurs, and we are working closely with them to better develop the solution. We are working closely with them to ensure that we keep on delivering quality services to customers across customers and vendors. So we are really anticipating your patronage at Agromat. We promise to offer you quality products and make sure that your delivery is actually done as at when we promise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, that was a wonderful one. I think that's one of the issues that we have as Nigerians in the diaspora, especially in France. And so thank you for Taiwo. Thank you, Agromat, for looking at the problems we have as Nigerians in the diaspora and looking for solutions to that. So please, everybody, look out for Agromat. Please do not go to the store downstairs, your house. Order online from Agromat. Thank you very much. So right now we are going to move into our next exhibitor, Ajibola. So our next exhibitor is One Next, and it's going to be presented by the principal consultant. That's Mr. Oni. Mr. Oni, the floor is yours, please.
Oh, thank you so much, Madam Tosin. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to join this section. So, firstly, I would like to start what brings about One Next Supply Chain Solutions. My name is Adeyemi Oni. I'm a graduate from Audencia Business Schools, Master's in Supply Chain and Purchasing Management. So briefly, moving forward, in the slides, I will show more about my experience and yet which companies I have worked for in the past. So what brings about supply chain solutions? Most of the businesses, they do fail. Why they do fail? Because they are unable to strive, because we are in a VUCA world where it's very hard for small businesses to grow, and also existing and big companies also, they do fail because they are unable to strive because there is cost complexities, and also when we look into businesses, it's very hard where they reduce the quality of their product, which results into losing customers. That's where we come in. How can we help businesses grow? OneNet is focusing on the customer-centric solutions, which help companies to grow. How do they grow? To help them optimize their supply chain processes from end to end, where they put orders to customers from their suppliers before it gets to the final consumers. How do they help the inventory? We have services, the inventory they manage. How do they manage this inventory? How do they save costs in their logistics, in their planning as well? They don't get overstock as well, because most companies, they suffer because they do get much more inventories they cannot cope with. So this is where we help. We provide guidelines, solutions, and also the result to help to improve their supply chain efficiencies, reduce costs, and also to help the business to grow. So then we collaborate with them to ensure their processes are well aligned. So the next slide, second slide, please. The third one. So yeah, so basically this is about myself. I'm the principal consultant. I'm an expert in supply chain management, inventory management, production, and material planning at HAS. over 10 years of experience with different companies like Page in Nigeria, AkzoNobel in Netherlands, and also Branded Group, one of the leading e-commerce aggregator based in Paris. So, and I have clients over the world like Vikings in Mexico, Fuster in the US, Home Hero, and also Yato in Nigeria, and some others as well. So the next slide. So what do we offer? So the solutions we offer is starting from when we have offer supply chain solutions. How do you manage your inventory, ensuring that you have lean inventory? You'll be able. We offer solutions to company based which produces products, manufacturing based, and also retailing company as well. Because one of our expertise based on manufacturing and retail business as well. We help you to manage your inventory, to plan. You don't get out of stock and you don't lose customer, you don't get overstock, you don't pay too much storage cost. For instance, I can cite from Amazon, one of the e-commerce businesses that strive most people sell on this. Amazon charge their customers, sellers on that. When you have too much of inventory that is overage inventory, they charge you for this. And when you go out of stock, you lose ranking, you lose customers, you still have to pay more to boost your advert and also to gain back the customers. That's where we comes in. We help you to streamline the processes. When to order the lead time processes, we create database that helps you to manage all these processes. We remove silos from your processes. You have visibility to the business starting from the end to end. This is what we offer. So let's say you are a company that have warehouse. We offer warehouse solutions where we create from the beginning, where the kind of warehouse design, layout, we ensure health and safety to be incorporated also with environmental management system processes to be used as well. So inventory management and control also we offer stock count. It might be, depends on your company, how you want it to be. It might be quarterly, it might be biannual, so it might be annually as well. So this helps to know, okay, the actual inventory you have. How do you keep track of inventory? Like inventory, they are the bedrock of the businesses. When you sell, you don't know your inventory, you don't know your inventory value what, then you lose the businesses because this is very important to you. We also offer a logistic solutions where we can help you to get a low-cost logistic service provider, very competitive one, and that can deliver on time in full for you. And other integrated business solutions as well, where we help you to optimize processes, also create standard operating procedures for your businesses. When you want to grow, you need to have a standard operating procedures where your business be able to know, okay, this is the standard we have, and we improve the process as well. And the cost optimization, where do you spend too much cost? How can we help you to reduce the cost without impacting your product cost, while we help you to improve your customer database? So that is what we offer. So next slide, please. So what will our clients gain from this? The cost reductions and savings. We don't just focus on cutting costs. We focus on creating lean systems that help you to reduce your costs. Let's assume you are spending too much on logistics, transporting your business. I have a case of a client that sells, a retail client which sells products that use of 3PL service provider to deliver to Amazon. Then I create a process which helps them removing the 3PL service provider. You product the product and you get it to Amazon, which saves more than 30% of the cost incurred by the company. So you can see when that gets into your company, it improves your margin. You have a low cost to compete with other businesses and it helps you to grow your businesses as well. So how do you achieve customer satisfaction? This is where we come in. Where your customer satisfied, you don't get out of stock, you don't get too much stock. Your customer gets your product on time, in full, irrespective of kind of business you operate. It's either retailing or manufacturing. We help you to ensure the processes is being implemented and put in place where your customers are always happy. We are a customer-centric business. So also results and process optimization. So a lot of companies, they do operate, they don't have resources, they don't have processes that helps them we create visibility from hand to hand, from the manufacturing or supplier base we create a master database that helps you to know which product you need to order for on time in full. And when you order product, okay, this product is fast selling, we give prioritization to it. This one has slow sellers. We deteriorize this. Okay, can you move this to end of life? It's not giving you too much profit. You don't lose money where you are not supposed to lose. You focus more on businesses that will grow, that help you to gain more profit. So, oh, sorry. Okay. The next one, how do you grow your business? Global expansion. For instance, I have a customer, like I made mention, in the UAE, which was like, oh, it's a Mexican business, which they wanted to grow. How do you grow? How do you venture into that market? We create our supply chain. How do you service that market? It's part of our businesses to know, okay, what kind of 3PL do you want to partner with? If you are going to avoid 3PL, we save costs, we ensure we create a visibility processes, and also we ensure we support your business to grow and service more marketplaces at the same time. So optimized inventory management is part of our businesses where we help business to optimize their inventory. When you keep too much of inventory, which is one of what kills most companies' profit. When you pay cost of storage, you got cost of maintenance, also cost of obsolescence. When you keep products that expire, so the expiration period, everything at the end, you lose a lot of money. So that's where we come in, and we ensure enhance supply chain visibility, how you get full access to your business, the processes, and ensure every standard and processes are visible to you. You know what you are gaining, you know what you are losing. We improve the process. So the next slide, please. So just to cut it short, not to take much of the time, you can always get in touch with us. You can get in touch on LinkedIn, Facebook, and also with the email and WhatsApp. So we are always there to provide free consultations, and we align how we can help your business to grow, because we want you to grow and move forward beyond where you are. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Adeyemi. Thank you for that presentation. Very wonderful work you are doing there. I have questions personally myself. I forgot to mention, please, if you have questions, please you can put on your mic. Let's see your face as well and ask your question, or you just raise up your hand and then we unmute your mic for you, or you drop your question in the chat. So please, questions for Adeyemi and also questions for Agromat as well. You can drop your questions. And so while we are waiting for people to ask questions, or we're waiting for somebody to drop a question, I have a question for you, Adeyemi. Thank you very much for your presentation. So just to be clear, you mentioned that you help your customers to design how their warehouse should be, or you help your customers to design the way their product should be aligned, so they don't have too much inventory or they don't have out of stock. So I just want to ask, does that also apply for customers that are not into manufacturing? For example, I have for example, I have a friend that is into games. So she makes these box games just like the Monopoly game, and she's not the manufacturer of this. So basically, she has all these boxes in her house, and she's the one dealing with that warehouse and that inventory. So do you offer these services also? Do you give your customers like, okay, you can go to this warehouse to use? Do you have like an outline of warehouses available and they can go there, they can use that? Or do you have a warehouse yourself that clients can use or customers can use in case for services providers and they are not manufacturers themselves, or but they have this product and it cannot just lie around?
Thank you for that wonderful question. So that's why I said solutions we provide are both for manufacturing and retailing. For instance, the case you mentioned, it's retailing. So where you don't produce, you are just between the manufacturer, you order your product from the manufacturer and you sell to the final consumers. So that's retailing. We provide services for that. We are compact in the UK, EU, US, where we can help you to say, okay, we understand your business processes. Okay, if you need warehouses to store your product, we can get in touch with a low-cost warehouse where you can store your product at the cheapest rate as well, because we have a competitive one. So because I have knowledge, like I'm with one of the leading e-commerce aggregators, I know the list of warehouses that are low-cost efficient that you can make use, and in a situation where your product you don't need to use warehouse as well. We create a process to ensure your product gets to the customer on time in full, and eliminating paying warehouse. That's where you gain more profit without reducing your product quality. Yes, we provide that.
Okay, thank you very much, Adeyemi, for your answers. Does anybody in the audience have a question for Adeyemi, or you have a question for Agomat? Any questions, please? Please, this section is supposed to be a very interactive one. So I need your mics on, I need your cameras on, I need you asking questions. And there's the reaction button, so let the claps, the button for the claps go on, the love reactions, the smileys. I need you to support these people.
I have a question for Agromat. I don't know if I can go ahead.
Yes, please, Kenneth. Thank you.
Okay, so it's not very clear. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken, or maybe I didn't hear him in the first place. So you say that you have vendors on your app, but it's not very clear the kind of vendors that you have on your app. For instance, are they just guys who sell Nigerian product, for instance, or like generally it's all kinds of products? Because for instance, of course, as a Nigerian platform, I would expect that you probably have a set of vendors who can help sell Nigerian products. Is there an opportunity, for instance, if there is no product available on your platform, for instance, to get those products from Nigeria down here to France? And do you have this kind of services?
Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. Yes, yes, we offer a variety of services, and yes, we cover vendors, Nigerian vendors that are present here in France at the moment. So if you want your normal Nigerian products like your egusi, elubo, and all those kind of products, we have vendors currently here in France. And it's not just for that. We have Senegalese store, we have Ghanaian, different areas. Now, we have connections with those people that bring in products from Nigeria to France. So just that for that kind of service, it takes longer period than our weekly service that we deliver. So yes, we offer this kind of services. If you have products that you want to buy, you meet our quota, and we arrange and we get your products here for you. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I have one more question for you, Ifeoluwa. Sorry, I think maybe my field is just in e-commerce. So yes, so just to be clear on the question Kenneth was asking. So are you the one in charge of having these products yourself and offering it on the website, or you allow vendors to register and sell on your website? For example, just like the e-commerce mode of business. So it's not Amazon that owns these products, but vendors registered and selling their own business. So do you do both? Is it a combination of B2B, B2C?
Okay, thank you. Exactly, we have a zero stock policy, and we allow vendors to register their products on our sites. In addition, when you have special orders, special requests, we also source for those special requests and we get them delivered to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes, thank you very much. I like the way this conversation is going.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can everybody hear me?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I think
yes, I can. We can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, I think it will come back to us. But thank you very much, Ifeoluwa. I like the
yes, it's fine now.
is going. It's like each and every business that's presented now, just as a way of connecting to each other. Like there's Agromat with e-commerce, and there's Adeyemi to help you with supply chain and logistics. So nobody's getting stuck anywhere. Thank you very much, everybody. So right now we'll just be moving on to the next exhibitor. We'll be moving on to the next exhibitor, Mrs. Christabel Enovakre, the CEO of Niger Matmon. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Hello everyone. How you doing? My name is Christabel Enobakari. I'm Nigerian, as you all know. For Niger Matsmon was created because of my love for accommodating people, and also because there were a lot of things I missed of the market here for that craving of Nigerian lifestyle that a lot of people miss, especially me. Uh, okay, so I wanted to share my screen because I had something to do, but let me explain. So on can you please put forward the slide, please? Thank you. So while we wait, okay, Niger Matmon for integrity and quality, and that is something we do not joke with. Niger Matmon actually means the treasures of Nigeria. And Nigerian Matman hasn't just stayed in being just a Nigerian food brand, but have gone over to cook for different ceremonies, Ghanaian, Benin Republic, Senegalese, different tribes or different countries, but we are fully based in France, operational in France. So the services we do, for the next slide, please. I've talked about what we really stand for: quality, integrity, and service. But there's a quiz just before the slide. I would like everyone to be here. So I'm going to share with you a link. Just a moment. So I'm going to share with you on this slide, just as a participation. I want you guys to please answer this question here for me. I'm sorry, it's kind of slow, so let's just move forward. So I wanted to ask a question here about for you to have an understanding of my brand story. So Niger Matmon, definitely you know the meaning, but now it's a food business that caters to people that live in France currently. So we've had a lot of customers that live here in Paris, and then those that have come in from Nigeria. So maybe they're on holidays or whatsoever. And then Niger Matmon has been able to cater to grow from just being servicing people for food bowls and the rest, but has moved on to creating services that cater to weddings, corporate events, and social events, which are also under weddings. The reason why we started all this was because we wanted Nigerian meals to be available to the people in diaspora. Because I don't know, when I came here in France, I suffered the fact that I couldn't get Nigerian meal or even the ingredients. But at the end of the day, the food is what's most important for people, because people are busy here, and there's a huge market where people want to eat Nigerian food, and other tribes too are able to want to enjoy Nigerian food. So I've talked about what to cater to, and then going on to event planning. I and my husband created the African Vibration Nights, which we do yearly. Our first edition was this year, which was February 25th of this year. It's it's a way to showcase African businesses, because we also noticed that most Nigerian or African businesses were not shown enough, were not show, was not they didn't have the opportunities to grow and for people to notice them. So we started that. So you can see the picture here, uh, where we see people dancing during the African Vibration Night. Here's I and my husband during one of our um African vibration how do I put it? There's something we call sharing love. Okay, I just noticed I didn't properly explain. So this is Niger Matmon, which is the food brand. And then in Niger Matmon, we have the event, which is African Vibration Night. It's just an event under Niger Matmon. And also, other parts of us here is where we go to share food to the homeless, because that's part of the struggles. Our essence is all these things that we've mentioned. We share food to the homeless, and this we do that with collaborations for mostly American bodies, and it's been a wonderful one. So going up, please, I would like you guys to watch this video. Please, can you help me play the video, please, Ajibola? Oh, you open a PDF, you have to use the PowerPoint. Okay, so it's working. So just for you to watch this video to have an idea of the kind of events that we did. Is there a sound? There is a sound. Can you please put the sound so they can have an idea of this? Oh, thank you, Nene. I saw your word. Thank you so much. So as you can see here, this video here shows you what to do. There's this lady, she's from Ghana. She makes milk, a vegetarian milk. So from tiger nut, from almond, she makes it, because there's been a research that most Africans do not even know that they're lactose intolerant. So this serves that solution. We had collaborations with the American Church in Paris. The CEO of the Bank of America was there with her husband. They came to support us at this time. Now we're planning for the next one. Hopefully, should be in June next year, and we expect we're looking for sponsorship. So the next slide will show you where we have our different sponsorship levels, because we need people to support us in this journey, because this journey is not just about us. It's about sharing the love to people, sharing, how do I put it, sharing the what we are capable of, share the love, share our business ideas. And in order to get this and to progress in it, we need to be able to connect with each other, to collaborate, and to help each other showcase what we do in businesses. And there's a huge, huge, huge market for a lot of Africans here, and those coming in, even if it's just for visits. And aside from in this event planning, we also help people that want to do their weddings coming into France. If you people that just want to travel to do their weddings, just do the planning from beginning to the end. So I'm going to, after this talk, I'm going to share with you the link to everything we've talked about, because I noticed it's a bit slow and people didn't really understand. So please, if you would show me the next slide, please. Hi, Ajibola. Can I share my screen now, or?
Yes, Miss Christabel, you can share your screen if you
Okay,
want.
thank you. It's disabled, so I'll just.
Okay.
So I've explained what to do, and here you can see the different sponsorship levels that we have, which is the gold, and also states the types of sponsors we need according to the levels of the sponsorship. So please, I would share with you all the links so you can read on your own time and you can ask me questions. Next slide, please. So what we are aiming for in the future is our goal is to become a relevant name in France when creating the memorable events. As I mentioned earlier, being as allowing our food to be accessible. So we hopefully not only want to be catering to individuals or having just food bowls or just them, but you can go to the store just like the way you go to Picard and get your food and be able to enjoy it too. So nobody gets hungry or feel too homesick with the quality that we're going to be given. By doing this, we also recognize that people that work with us have to be well paid and have to be properly trained. So, in order to get that to happen, we are collaborating with different people and entrepreneurs here that are able to help in terms of mind reformation because your mindset helps you to create, to engage, to be productive. Next slide, please. So, in all this I've said, yeah, please ask me all the questions you want to ask. I'm going to link everything I'm supposed to link down here. And please, these are my numbers. Send me a message. I would prefer you to send me a message on WhatsApp if you have questions. But for business sake, you can send me at nigermatman@gmail.com. It will be easier that way. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Christabel. Thank you for Nadia Matme. Everybody, where are the claps? People, we want to see all the reactions. Please, the loves, the claps, everything. Thank you. Yes, I'm seeing them. Okay, thank you very much, Christabel. You are doing the Lord's work. So this is not only about food, it's sharing the love. Let people know about us, what we can do, what we offer Nigeria and Africa as a whole. That's a very beautiful thing that you are doing there. Thank you so much, Christabel. If you have questions for Christabel, we would be giving room for that after our next session because we need to do our next session immediately. So all your questions, please write them down. We can drop them in the chat box, and we will get back to that. But right now, drum roll. We are going to be having our guest speaker speak to us. It's going to be a wonderful, enlightening, interactive session with Mr. Ola. So I'm just going to be doing a quick introduction of him. So right now, we are going to be having a trailblazing entrepreneur and Forbes Under 30 founder. His accomplishments have reverberated throughout the global business landscape. His journey is a testament to his exceptional prowess in startups, spanning both in Africa and the international stage. His expertise encompasses a wide spectrum from business operations, tech entrepreneurship, to financial analysis and strategic planning. So please, with a warm round of applause with your reaction buttons, please let's welcome on stage Mr. Sunkanmi Ola, co-founder, CEO, Propel. Mr. Sunkanmi, please. I'm not seeing those claps, people. Thank you. Mr. Sunkanmi.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Sunkanmi. Thank you very much. It's nice having you this afternoon. Thank you very much for your time.
It's a pleasure to be here as well.
Thank you. So quickly, Mr. Sunkanmi is just going to be sharing with us insights to doing business in Europe as a foreigner, business funding, his own business challenges and successes as a business owner as well. So please, our business exhibitors, this is your time to open your ears. upcoming business owners as well. Yes, this is the time as well. So Mr. Sunkanmi, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks so much for the intro. And to be fair, I'm a very modest person, so I don't really see it as the way you've painted it is a bit shiny. It's not as what's the word? Okay, don't let me dumb down your greatest. But thanks everyone for having me. Okay, FON is a course that is very dear to me, quite personal. I'm great friends with John in particular, and the dream has been one in the making for a while. So it's good to see more and more nice events and initiatives like this that are picking up steam. I was told to come and share my business experience as doing business as a foreigner, in Europe, and the first thing I would say is, it's the same as everywhere. There is no rule of thumb. Or you might say there is a rule of thumb, which is it's the same amount of grit, right? Maybe a little bit more heightened when you happen to be someone that is not typical in a particular business environment. And I would say that's exactly what I was thrown into. So as I'll try to summarize as much as possible because I know I have very limited time. I run a company called Propel. Propel is my second venture. Propel is a tech startup, as for those of you that know, and Propel is essentially trying to curate the entire African tech talent ecosystem to connect it to the global workforce. By simple definition, this means I had to design a system in a company that could operate in Africa and in Europe at the same time. And this wasn't originally the plan by design. It's an idea that evolved. As most of us who have tried our hands on businesses will know, whatever you start with is not usually what you end up with because, the market teaches you differently. Reality teaches you differently. Funds in the bank account will also teach you differently. So you have to keep on optimizing your model and all of that. This happens to be my second company. My first company I started in 2012 in Lagos, where I actually happen to be at the moment for now, although I'll be back in Europe in a few days. And that was more of an agency, a digital creative agency where we work with companies and brands. And along the way, I realized there was a big gap in the talent market. And this wasn't even with the original idea of using the African tech talent workforce to fuel the global workforce. But the way it was that I attended Covenant University. I knew a lot of smart people, and it was very easy for me to be able to pull these people into projects and upskill as we needed to grow because we're working with companies that were much bigger than us. So we needed that flexibility to ramp up capacity from time to time. And I just felt, a lot of companies don't have this advantage. And there are a lot of smart Africans who are doing a lot of smart, intelligent things who could really contribute and could have a seat at the table at even the global stage when it comes to building tech. And at this point, I looked at the global talent marketplaces and realized Africans were quite disenfranchised on those platforms. So it was a simple idea: build something where we could highlight the amazing qualities of Africans, build a system that de-risks the process of working with Africans. And this was all before COVID, before remote work even became an actual thing. So of course, it was an uphill battle back then. And over time, we realized we had to build out a price regulation algorithm to help, set the cost of labor when people want to hire, as it takes negotiations out of the process. And by doing this, we realized we had built a system for international companies to be able to save costs hiring vetted people. And over time, we had to set up the company in Europe. And I wasn't even living in Europe back then. So my entire European exposure is actually because of the company. Attended Web Summit a couple of times. So the first thing is, if you want to, get involved somewhere, you really need to go out. You need to go to where other people are. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have a clear agenda. And most of these things only connect in hindsight, right? So going to Portugal to attend Web Summit, which I've made an annual habit, was not because I saw a very clear path between attending Web Summit and then being able to set up the company. But while in the process of this, I saw one or two things. Saw an accelerator we could apply to, which very interestingly accepted African startups back then, which was not a common thing because the European business scene is quite conservative, if you get what I mean. It's quite conservative and you need to find an opening to be able to get in. So this was our opening to get in. We applied to the accelerator. We all got denied visas. and there were 8 startups selected globally, and we were the only ones who could not attend. But we realized the accelerator program, which we did not partake in, was tied to a secondary benefit, which was being able to get, startup residence visas. The only implication of this was if we took this on, we would have had to roll up our sleeves with no external funding and, hit the ground running, funding it out of our pockets. For a startup, that's a daunting task. But another thing is you always be ready to go in blind. It's a very key thing. You don't need to see the full picture if you have the right amount of conviction. And this is what we did. Back then, it felt like there was no alternative, there was no option, but it was something that we felt, if not for anything at all, if we want to say we've put in our best efforts to be able to build out this model the way it needs to be, then this is exactly what we'll do. So processed it, and of course took a couple of months, as many people would know, got into Portugal, and then this way we ended up in an incubator which had to vouch for us. So we were working from the incubator every day, and we had to learn how to sell. And I'll say this was the most difficult part of running the company. It never gets easier in any sense, because the problems evolve according to the stage you're at, but this part was quite daunting, and it took a lot of sacrifice from a lot of people to make it work. So being in Portugal, we then started applying to European accelerators and European VCs, because then we were an European company. And this is how the journey led me and my team to Berlin, which is where we're headquartered now. So right now, Propel is headquartered across, incorporated in Portugal, but headquartered in Berlin, and we have operations across Europe and Africa. And over time, the rest of the evolution did happen. We had to listen to the markets. We got lucky with COVID, because then companies became more desperate to recruit talent that they were willing to go outside their local pools. The workforce dynamics also changed very heavily, with a lot of shrinkage, meaning companies were had less inhibition to be able to hire. And this was our way to get into the market. And, a lot of grit, a lot of listening to the market and being very nimble is even one of the things that is a core value in our startup now, agility, because we say we're a startup. So this is the advantage we have over bigger companies, and this is how you're able to get your foot in the door and how you might be able to win at the end. So being able to take on those things and not being too emotionally tied to what you've built, being able to chop and change as you need to, is a very, very key advantage in running a business or starting a business in Europe. And the last part, of course, right now it might seem, oh, okay, yes, we raised the seed round in April for 2.5 million euros to, grow what we're doing and all that. But I was talking to someone on my team the other day, a new member of my team, that it's the results of that do not show the number of no's we got. Right. It was only when we started documenting we realized how many times we have been turned down by investors, more than 100 easily. Right. But the thing is, the moment you see, it's all about perspective. When you're able to see these rejections as, oh, this is an indication of what I can do better the next time, eventually it will click, and you only need to be right once. You only need one yes to really get off the path. So I've kept an open mind in all of this, in terms of settling into a new system, being very forward thinking. Personally, I prefer Berlin as my place to be, because I'm usually up and down, but Berlin is second in my heart to Lagos, if I can put it that way. And yeah, it's still an ongoing story anyway. So I'm not yet a successful trailblazer, as you might put it. It's still a journey, as you would know. We're still quite early stage, relatively speaking. And that's where we are. So that's as much as I think I can share, so I don't take up too much time, because I could talk about this for more than 1 hour and really go into depth on some other aspects.
Thank you very much, Sunkanmi. That was, even from just the few minutes that you shared with us, I think personally I have noted down like 5, 6. I'm not a business owner yet, but I've noted 5 or 6. So quickly, I know Mr. Sunkanmi needs to leave the meeting because he's a trailblazer and needs to jump into another meeting. So if you have any question, 1 or 2, please, just 1 or 2. Anybody has a question for Mr. Sunkanmi, so we can move on to the next thing on our agenda for today. Is there anybody? Are there questions in my chat box? Anyone, you can raise up your hand if you want to say something. Ajibola, please look up for me so I don't miss somebody. Anyone, any question for Mr. Sunkanmi? Our exhibitors, do you have questions for him? Okay.
It's also okay if Okay. It's also okay if questions can be shared as written messages afterwards through the coordinators, and I'll be more than happy to share more on what I know around those questions. But yes, Christabel, I saw you were raising your hand.
Yes, thank you so much for what you said, because that's what you shared actually has to do with some challenges we're facing in getting funding for what we want to do. But the other aspect I really struggle with is the managerial aspect of the business, being that it's in Lagos and then in Berlin. How are you able to manage that?
I just two things. So the team is fully remote, by the way, right? So because we're everywhere, so we have team members in maybe 10 countries right now, but majority of them are in Lagos, followed by majority of them are in Lagos, followed by Berlin, and then Portugal, and then everywhere else. And my co-founder is in the Netherlands, actually, Sunkanmi Ola. But in terms of the managerial aspects, I would say, first of all, I travel a lot, a whole lot. So everything also comes at a cost. I'm not, I do an obscene amount of flying every year. It is expensive, but it also takes its toll. But sometimes you have to identify very quickly what the sacrifice is and determine internally very quickly if it's something you will be able to do or not. Right. So a lot of the things that people gain from stability and staying in one place, I don't. Personally, for me, or fortunately for me, I do enjoy it. But of course, it's it's always a give and take. I see it as a responsibility at this current stage, and it's something I undertake, and it's part of my life now, right? It's, as a matter of fact, when I'm not traveling, I wonder if there's something going wrong, and I start thinking, and the gears in my head start grinding. Like, I hope I'm not missing something. Is there somewhere I'm meant to be? And then the second part is, when it comes to the managerial aspect specifically, it's always about your team. So I think I've been very, very lucky to be able to pull good team together. So in Propel now we're just over 30 people, and the team really at a particular stage, what you realize is you build your initial core team members, and everybody at that point needs to operate at the same frequency, because as the person starts in the business, or as someone in the leadership role of the business, you cannot extend your mindset. There is a radius at which it starts to dilute. So what you need to focus on the most part is ensuring your team shares the vision, shares the intensity, shares the passion, and then you need to also learn to be able to step back to allow them interpret it to their own circle of influence and to their own radius. And that is actually the way companies are built. And eventually, if it's good enough, if the system is good enough and you watch out for the signals right enough, you'll be able to have consistency of vision and passion from the top to the bottom. So yes, I'm heavily supported by the team. There are a lot of things I cannot do by myself, but the parts in which I was able to, imbibe what I think it should be into the team members and have them buy into the vision, I think I took that part very seriously. So from there, it cascades downwards. And I see now that we have 1 million questions in the chat. Okay.
Okay. We have a
yeah.
question from Inkechi, and our question is, how does Propel deal with competitors in the tech space he operates in? There is Andela that has a similar space.
Yeah.
So competing companies such as Andela, how do you deal with that?
Yeah, very, very, very good question. So I'll put it in two ways. So first of all, when we get asked by investors what this is, the first thing we always say is, if you understand the scale and scope of the market you're playing in, you understand how big it is. Andela is critical to the ecosystem because they literally opened the door, but Andela has not even scratched the surface. Andela's manifesto, for example, was to train 10,000 African talent. But you know the number of millions of people we have across the continent, meaning there's a lot of space to grow. And importantly, the global workforce desperately needs this because the workforce is shrinking in Europe, or the local talent pool is shrinking in Europe. So once you're able to understand these dynamics, you'll see that there's a lot of space to coexist. But particularly, and also in a way to answer the first question you raised, Christabel, about venture funding, when you're speaking to VCs and when you're speaking to external investors, you always need to think of them as a customer. So a VC in this sense is a customer that needs to buy your product. The VC cannot buy your product if the product is not tuned to what they would ordinarily buy. So the VCs need to invest in venture backable companies. And this is something I learned a lot along the way. Now, how does this connect to the question? It means you need to be able to optimize and make your business model unique enough for a VC to want to back it. And these are the things that drove a lot of our evolution. We started out as a simple marketplace. Today we're a community as a service platform, connecting companies to talent and doing strictly placements. On the supply side, what we do from Mandela is entirely different. We don't train talent. We don't just find them and place them. We're actually working with existing talent communities and using the platform to facilitate their access to work, access to benefits, and access to finance. As these three things are the key things that drive last mile for communities, right? So on the overall surface, yes, our goal is still to connect African talent to the global workforce, but you could approach this in a couple of different ways. And, these unique differentiators could be the difference between, success and failure, and, who is able to be venture backable and not venture backable. And of course, raising investments is not a stamp for success as well. It's just one path, because I've run a non-venture backed business and now a venture backed company, and success could come in either way. So it depends on how much you want to differentiate, but we are quite different from what they do, even though the overall vision is still the same. And we focus on the European markets.
Okay, thank you very much, Sunkanmi. I hope that answers your question. Please, this will be the last question because we have Mr. Sunkanmi also jumping onto something else. So another question for you. You were a recipient of the Google Black Founders Fund. Did you apply at the pre-revenue stage? What were the benefits aside from the funding? How did you know the right time to raise funds? Yay!
Okay. I like this question. Thanks to Mitope. The right time to raise funds is when you know you need money, and when you know you can't do it by yourself, right? So there are different stages in funding, as I assume from the way your question is phrased, right? You could take on. So we went through a particular path. We did accelerator funding, but before the accelerator funding, I collected money from people who I knew, and before that, of course, I poured in my own money into it, right? So there's always the founder's capital, meaning any chicken change you have in your pocket to show that there is something, even if it is just to pull a little prototype together, or pull a little design together, or to be able to appear at a place where you can share the idea. You founders funding gets you there, and then to start building, usually they call it family and friends funding. So if you're lucky enough to have family and friends who are willing to invest, or you have a network of people who can pull money together, these are one of the earliest batches of investors that come in. Then at this point, you then have your pre-seed. So for us, we went through the accelerator round, meaning you go into an accelerator that not only gives you money, but also helps you structure your business. And then we came out and did our pre-seed round last year. So accelerator round was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Pre-seed round was last year for 245K. Of course, we wanted to raise more, so we actually fell short. But these are the things you need to understand that happen when you see all the good news. And then after the pre-seed round, we then applied to Google. Now, when we were applying to Google, very interestingly, I wasn't too keen on it because I felt we were way ahead. We had completed our accelerator like a year ago, and Google was yet like another accelerator. But my co-founder convinced me, and he explained that it's more than just the money Google will give you. So Google gave us maybe 100,000 last year, and we applied. When we applied, we were one of the companies with the highest amount of monthly revenue. But the key thing about the Google Black Founders Fund is you have a very wide spectrum. So people who are at pre-revenue stage, a company got acquired and did an exit 2 months after joining Google. There was a company that had raised its seed of over 3 million by the time they were joining, and we had only done pre-seed at that point. So Google is very, very broad for the kinds of companies, as long as there is a model and they see the potential. And remember what I said about the VCs being able to know exactly what a VC is looking for, and being honest with yourself. Does my business model fit what a venture capital investor is looking for, or what a social impact investor is looking for, or what an angel investor is looking for? Sometimes you might need to adjust your model. Sometimes you might need to stick to your script and know that this doesn't fit this path, and understand the path that works for you. And the benefits of Google has also added a lot to my traveling, because what they also understand is Google is a global company. There is the global benefit of being able to connect you into the ecosystem at different points here and there. And this is one benefit they really drive for, the founders, because it's a big network. They also keep the sense of it's an accelerator on the community in its own sense. But the good thing about initiatives like this is you usually get out as much as you put in. If you want access to, let's say, the head of marketing for EMEA in Google, you're only like, 1 or 2 introductions away, but you need to go with a very clear ask. And you can't just be put in front of someone if you don't really have what to say. So it's like it's an open check, right? And you can make things happen for yourself. You want collaborations, you want to, they try to put us out there, put us on panels, put us on stages, while the actual program itself, because we're alumni now, but while the actual program itself was running, there was a lot of flying. There was a period where they brought me to London, 2 times in 2 weeks, and one of the periods I was coming from Lagos, and it was all expense based. So it was nice in its own way, but there's also a lot of learning, building a lot of relationships with other founders who are in the same boat as you and are facing the same kinds of challenges that you face, and learning and all of that. So when we joined Google was when we had an acquisition offer and we wanted to raise, and just having people to talk to and really understand the process of how to go around it really helped. So community really, really contributes a lot, because it can be quite a lonely journey. And that's how you guys know I'm in Lagos.
It's our signature. We understand. Okay. Thank you very much, Sunkanmi. I hope that answers Temitope's question. Temitope, thank you for your.
Sure. The website can be shared as with propel.com, but all that information can be passed across soon. So
yes, of course, definitely. During the course of the meeting or after the meeting, we would be sharing feedbacks to everybody that's joined the meeting today. So you'll be getting all the links to our exhibitors and to our guest speaker as well today. So all necessary information will be sent to you via email. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope nobody has questions. Anyway, there's no room for questions. So thank you very much, Mr. Sunkanmi Ola. It was an insightful session with you. I got so many things, so many things. Find a problem and just project solutions. Meet people, leave your comfort zone. And it's when you meet people, you start realizing, oh, there's this problem, there is that problem, and then you provide solutions to it. Take the risk. You just have to take that risk. The worst you'll get is a no, and all you need is just one yes. So agility is still it. Build your team. That's the number one thing. It's like that's your pillar. Your pillar is the team. So do that. Thank you very much, Mr. Sunkanmi. We are so grateful for your presence today. Is it fine
thanks
for
for
us
having me.
to connect with you on LinkedIn or
Yeah, LinkedIn, amazing. Anybody can just add me on LinkedIn and send me a message directly. I'm not difficult.
Okay.
Sunkanmi Ola.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you
guys.
very much.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. So right now we would just continue with the rest of our exhibition. I hope everybody is not tired. Just to remind us, even before the end of the exhibition, we're going to be having networking sessions. So people will be going into breakout rooms, business owners meeting business owners, people meeting people, knowing each other, share your LinkedIn with each other, know somebody, get one connect or the other before you leave the meeting today. So quickly, before we run out of time, we're just going to, the next person to present is Mr. Kayode Olubobokon. Mr. Kayode, please. Are you with us? Hello, Mr. Kayode. Founder Monitor, Coach K. I can see him in the meeting, but is it my own network? Can everybody hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, can hear you.
Okay. Oh, set to give
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, set to give him a few minutes. So we'll just give him a few minutes to get ready to start Kayode. Mr. Kayode, if you're not ready, then I think we'll just go ahead to give room for Christabel to answer our questions. I think a few people wanted to ask Christabel questions or wanted to know one or two things. So yes, what are the questions? You can ask your questions now to Christabel. I think there's one in the chat box as well.
Yeah, I already answered the questions in the chats and I've put the links. But if you have more questions, please ask me.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much, Chris. Mr. Kayode, are you joining us or not?
So Mr. Kayode is having issues with his network.
Okay,
So
all right.
maybe we'll go on to the next person.
Yeah, probably we'll go to the next person and then.
Okay. Ajibola, can you share with us the next person that's going to be presenting so we can move ahead?
Okay, the next person who will be presenting is Nene of Certified FICO. I think she's just getting ready. That's Nene Ananaba.
Okay, yes, she's with us. Yes, Nene, the floor is yours. Please go ahead. Oh, sorry, your mic is mute.
Can you guys see me?
Yes, we can see you and we can hear you now. Thank you.
Oh, I can't see myself, Sha. I don't know what's going on. But hey, yes, I can see myself. Okay, great. Hi everyone. I'm Nene. I am going to be presenting. Can someone activate screen sharing for me, please? Thank you.
Ajibola, please.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, please. You can go on.
I can see. Okay, I want to do like a presentation. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, please, we can.
Oh, it seems like you can also see my notes. But I don't know. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Welcome. My name is Nene. I am the founder and CEO of Certified FECO. Thank you, FON Business Committee, for having me. I will proceed quickly so we don't take too much time. So my presentation is going to be quite informal. So I may sometimes jump into Pidgin English or I may use some Nigerian mannerisms. I assume that most people here are Nigerians. If you're not Nigerian, you don't understand, ask your neighbor or send in a chat. I will be happy to explain what I'm saying. Second note, I think I'm very funny. If you don't think so, well, whatever. If I think I'm very funny, if I crack a joke, if you don't find it funny, just laugh, Sha. It doesn't matter. Okay, perfect. I'm going to start with stats. I checked online this morning just to see how many Anglophones are in France. And it's a staggering number, but they didn't mention Nigerians. You can see from this map here where everyone is located, right? Not everyone, but most English speakers are located. I call this from what do you call it? A newspaper. Excuse me, a newspaper.
But I don't think we see what you're showing us. We don't see the map.
You don't see my screen?
We see your PowerPoint, but we don't see your map. It's not in presentation mode.
It's not in presentation mode. Okay, this is weird. Okay, hold on, please. This is weird. Can somebody help me? Ajibola, can you help me? Let me stop sharing my screen so that and then I shared the presentation with Ajibola. Can you help me share it, please? Thank you. Hello?
Ajibola, we're waiting for you, please. Thank you.
Please, the presentation you sent is not opening.
Okay, give me a minute. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Ajibola, should I send it to you on WhatsApp?
Okay, don't worry. It's just 1 minute, please.
I can send it to you on WhatsApp, Adibola, if you want.
Yeah, I've seen it. So that one is okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
we can.
Perfect. Okay, so let me recap. I'm Nene. Everyone knows. I try to be funny. If you don't find me funny, still laugh. Next slide, please. Ajibola, next slide, please. Okay, so you can see here from the presentation.
Yeah, it's on the next slide.
Yes, thank you, sir. From my screen, you can see I asked the questions, where are all the Anglophones in France? And I found this online. This is where most of them are. They say that they're mostly Americans, British, Indians, Irish. Well, very soon, they didn't mention Nigerians. I don't know why, but very soon, I think we will be added to the stats because we are quite a significant number. And then you can see from the second saying that was called from Vanguard newspaper, they say we are 30,000 Nigerians in France. Amazing. I just want these statistics to just stay in your mind as we move forward in the presentation. Next slide, please. Okay, so how many people spoke French before they came to France? Just if you spoke French before you came to France, just indicate by raising your hand. I'm not sure it's a lot of people. On my end, I did speak French before I came to France. I studied French in Nigeria. But when I came, it was so difficult to because people were speaking too fast and my accent was really slow. So I met this nice Senegalese boy. All kind of things. I'm just joking. But I met a crew of Francophones, like Francophone Africans, right? Who, brought me into their circle, corrected my accent, corrected my vocabulary. Like it was a complete immersion. And I totally forgot about Nigeria. I didn't even miss Nigeria at that point. So after a while, I thought, oh, this may be a problem to a lot of English speakers as well. That when they come in, they don't really understand. They may speak French, or they may just be an intermediate level. I mean, they may not really understand, they may not understand the accent, the nuances, and everything. So I decided to form Certified FICO. So I can give back to those in this situation and then make money out of it, because who doesn't like money, right? So Certified FICO, as you can see from the screen, and our logo was founded in Paris, center of everything. It's your global one-stop boutique for all things language and cultural assistance. So it's targeted at French and English speakers. Excuse me. You can see here, FICO. FICO is a word. Well, everyone knows the word, but it's a Nigerian slang to mean a very intelligent person. And you will see how intelligent and how certified our services are when we move to the next slide. Next slide, please. If I'm speaking too fast, please let me know. Sometimes my brain is switching from French to English, and you know how it can be. I think it's a little bit, what they call it, small, but we'll still move ahead. I think you guys can squint. So we provide range of services: translation, proofreading, voiceover, resume writing in English. You can see all our services here. I don't need to repeat everything. Next slide, please. So I will touch on our major packages. We offer translation, French and English. You can see from here that we are working and we have worked with many big organizations in the international development and international affairs sector. World Bank, Open Society for West Africa. Remember that we started more than 10 years ago, officially 10 years ago in Paris. So we've been working with these clients for some time. We also work, we've done translation for policies for local countries like Cote d'Ivoire. We are also open to working in sectors in travel and tourism, tech. We also do daily documents like briefing notes, letters. Just a caveat though, we are not what we call traducteur certifié in France. So we don't do those stamps, what they call it, translations. Oh, I forgot to tell you, translation means that we also only deal with written works. So we don't do interpretation. That's what they call it, maybe translating in oral form, which is interpretation. We don't do interpretation. We only do written works. Next slide, please. We also do copy editing and proofreading. We have a package called translation and proofreading package. Excuse me, but we can also offer these services individually. Next slide, please. We have done voiceover services in the past. We've worked with the OECD, that's the Sahel and West Africa Club. I think, I don't know, it depends on the organizers, but I think I will be able to share this presentation with everybody at the end, and then you can look at our portfolio. Next slide, please. Now, this package, our online conversation session, we introduced this package this year, and it's been amazing because most of our clients are happy with it. So what is this online conversation session package? We offer professionals, students, teenagers, and adults with online sessions to improve their oral skills. So let me tell you how this works. When you're learning a language, all European languages, there are different parts of the language you need to learn: oral, written, listening. So those are skills that you need to develop, right? Our plan is to target the oral skills part and help people improve on that area, because the thing with oral skills is that it touches on everywhere: grammar, semantics, let me not go into all the serere of linguistics, but you get my drift. And another group of people we target is a company workforce. So for example, we help companies who want to help their employees pick up a second language, which is French or English. So we'll be able to work with, with these group of people. And it's the special thing about this package is this: it's a client facilitator approach, meaning that it's very streamlined, right? It's streamlined to the needs of the client. For example, I have a client who she just wants to improve her French, but within the professional setting. So we'll sit down together and draw up how the curriculum is going to look like. Thirdly, we make it very playful. People are too serious nowadays. We don't like seriousness in Certified Ethical. We like to play, but we deliver. We like to play, Sha. And because I move forward with, I said, I'm going to make it playful because I learned French through play, all sorts of play, games, music, videos. I even learned French by insulting people in Nigeria. When they will speak to me in English, I will insult them in French so that nobody will say I'm disrespectful. I'm not teaching my clients that, but you get what I mean. We also try to make our sessions also religion adaptable, meaning, for example, you're a very serious Christian, and most of what you do is, when you wake up in the morning, you read your Bible. What are we going to do? We're going to help you learn French by reading your Bible. We'll give you assignments with Bible passages. If you're a Muslim, we'll do the same thing for you. We'll give you Quran verses to read in French, and then you will summarize. The idea is to make sure that we integrate your learning in your daily life. In fact, you will forget that you're learning French or English, right? So that's the idea. Many people are enjoying this package. So if you're interested, move on to us. And guess what? We are totally remote. You don't even need to come to our office. We are here for you anytime, any day. Next slide, please. So we have other services: resume writing in English. We do job interview prep. For example, when I came into France, I had so many interviews for internships, for after you graduate, you go to hustle, you go to find job, and sometimes you can't really find someone to be that person on the other end asking you questions, who has gone through the process. When I was in France, I applied to let me tell you the truth, over 500 jobs. I worked a lot. And remember, a lot of these applications were in French. So I will give you all that information. I will help you prepare. I believe I did over 50 interviews. I'm being modest, and most of them were in French. We also offer a package of move to France or any French Canadian province or any Francophone country. For example, you need help with your admin processes. You don't even understand what these people are saying. We'll help you review the papers. And we'll help you, we'll research and find out we'll help you get to where you want to go, right? Obviously, if you're moving with your company, perhaps they may have, what they call it, services already. We can work in tandem with those people. Coming soon, let me ring my bell, coming soon. We'll have cultural consultant services for Nigeria. What happened? We found out that a lot of people, this is targeted at foreigners, though not for Nigerians. A lot of foreign companies want to invest in Nigeria. But they don't understand the cultural nuances. That is our work. We will help them. We'll explain to them, okay, when you go to the East, there's a way you should talk. Don't talk like this, right? When you go to the West, don't do like this. Just respect yourself, kind of thing. And then on this consultant services, we'll be drawing mostly on our experiences, our lived experiences in Nigeria. For example, I've lived in I've not lived in many parts of Nigeria, but I've lived in Port Harcourt, I've lived in Lagos, I've lived in Nasarawa, and I've lived in Abuja. So at least I can deliver some sort of value on this in this package. Next slide, please. Okay, now let's talk about our team. You can see me here, beautiful me, Nene Ananaba. Yes, I also call myself evolving polymath. I just found that word because I was wondering. I'm like, hey, Nene, you're too intelligent. You're so good. Yes, I am very proud. I'm a proud person. Thank you, sir. 2 minutes. I'm almost done. I'm a very proud person. I'm not as humble as our special guest. So I just here, you can see what a polymath means. I am multilingual. You can see all my languages. All the languages are not showing. So I will say it's English, French, Nigerian Pidgin, Nigerian Igbo, Spanish, and German. You can see where all my experiences are drawn from. Next slide, please. I just listed here my education so you can see, but very importantly, I have a lot of language certifications. You can see I have Delve A2, which is basic, Delve B1, which is almost intermediate, Delve B2 intermediate. Yes, I was the best candidate in 2010 in French Village, but I read Nigeria. Delve C1, 2016, I wrote it in Alliance Française, and I was the first person in a few years, not even a few years, I think 10 years, who had passed that exam in Port Harcourt. I decided to stop at Delve C1 so that, Delve C2 is the highest level. I said, let me just leave it for them. And then I have English certifications, as you can see here. Next slide, please. So I have a team, but I don't like to share them because they're very special to me. But I have a co-founder and I have a board advisory, and we work very hard to bring value to our clients. Next slide, please. So you can reach out to us. This is our contact card. You can use the barcode there to scan to get you to our LinkedIn page. So yeah, currently I am located in Houston, Texas, but next year, who knows, I may be somewhere else, but we are totally remote. Don't forget. Next slide, please. Merci beaucoup pour votre attention. Et si vous avez des questions, n'hésitez pas. Next slide, please. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nana. Thank you for sharing your journey with us, and thank you for sharing the services you're offering in your business. So I see you already have one question, Nene, from Mire. What do you offer exactly in your moving assistance package? Nene, your mic is mute.
Excuse me. So the moving assistant package is quite targeted, right? I would rather I get into a conversation with the client, but as I said, we do research. We do mostly research because that's what a lot of people who move want. They want to know what exactly is going on in that country. We look at the cultural nuances. We'll share with you what they call it, newspaper articles, what's happening. If we have any contacts there, we'll also link you up so that you can have somebody at least. So we work with external partners as well. But as I said, I like to streamline because we are a boutique agency, meaning that we offer very, very targeted services to our clients. So I'd rather you just come to me directly and then we'll talk about it and we know how. I just hope this answers your question in general.
Okay.
Thank you, Grace.
Thank you very, very much. So if you have targeted requests for Nene, please reach out to our so like I said earlier, we are going to be sharing via email all the contact details of our exhibitors, their slides as well, links, any necessary information that you need to know will be shared. Thank you very much. And so quickly, because we have I don't think anybody has questions anymore for Nene. Is there anyone that has questions for Nene?
Please ask your questions, oh, please.
Oh, we only just have testimonials, right? Is there a question?
I have testimonials.
So we already have people just sharing their reviews and testimonials from.
Oh, thank you, sir. There's a question from John. How do you see AI disrupting your industry and how you prepared for this? Well, I mean, for me, I am very. Can I answer the question or?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. For me, I always tell people I'm very human-centric, right? I'm not averse to AI, but I am averse to AI when AI wants to take over the human mind. AI is made for the human. We are not made for AI. So if, for example, I get a client that tells me, oh, you're too expensive, I'm going to use AI to translate my document, please go ahead. You can never replace the human touch. So for me, I'm not scared of AI. However, it's good that you're asking me that question. I just recently joined a committee. We're based in the US though. It's called Safe AI. How can we mediate between the human and artificial intelligence at this point in interpreting? I'm part of the inaugural stakeholder assembly. We just started last week. So we're going to see how we can implement best practices on how to mediate, because we know they're going to take this AI to crazy levels. We are not here for it. But as I said, if you want to use AI and you don't want to use me, please go ahead. Nothing can replace human touch. Nothing. That's my take.
Okay, thank you very much, Nene. That's on period, guys. So
period.
That's from a business owner that knows our onions. So yes, we know what we have our target audience, and that's all. All right. So thank you very much, Nana, for your presentation. Thank you for your questions, everybody. Quickly, we are just going to have Mr. Kayode share his presentation with us. Mr. Kayode, please, because we're running out of time, you have just 5 minutes. Mr. Kayode, the floor is yours. Thank you very much. Adibola, we will need you to make the presentation, the slides. Mr. Kayode, your mic is mute. We can't hear you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Kayode.
I would like to say a big key to the leadership. Yeah, thank you. I'd like to say the leadership of FON for the exemplary leadership, for the boldness of betting a vision of this nature. I'm one of the beneficiaries. Why? Because at the inception of this vision, while I was doing my MBA in Paris at EMLV, I had the opportunity of discussing with Mr. Biodun, sharing the thoughts and the objectives of this vision with him. he was actually, I think I owe him a lot. And I'd like to use this platform to really say a very big thank you to Mr. Biodo, because he was able to avail himself more than twice, up to like 4 times, to ensure that this vision was bettered. And it's been an amazing journey. We have evolved from one stage to the other. We started out as a non-profit. Right now, we are a social enterprise. I'd like to explain why. When we started out with the objectives of solely helping with food, water, and helping women and children. But over time, we realized that there were challenges with funding. There were challenges with getting support of people to help us. So we realized that we needed to go beyond just our objectives. We needed to create a system that is sustainable in itself. So what we did was to change our focus to ensure that the foundation becomes a social enterprise where we have the opportunity to sustain the vision itself. And in achieving this, we started out by training people. We started out by training people, taking advantage of the social space to add value to lives and to communicate and see how we can be able to help, most importantly, young ones with what they call with vision for startup, especially startups that are technically driven. That has been a wonderful thing till date. And in 2019, we opened an office in Nigeria. We started out in France. We actually had a lot of what they call it, feeding drives in Paris. We had 2 of it in Paris successfully. Then after that, we felt that we needed to focus on based on that, we actually opened an office in number 2 Allen Avenue, Ikeja. This is a picture. This picture was actually taken in the office, and currently we're in the State Innovate. Through the platform, we're able to help over 100 startups. In a facility, we have over 10 startups presently using our workstations for, and many startups have been able to some of our various trainings, free trainings, free packages, and all. So
I think we lost Mr. Kayode there, so we are just going to give him a minute to join us back in.
So like I said earlier on, he has issues with his network.
Okay.
So,
sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Mr. Kayode.
Yeah, I said we started out something very amazing. We started out what we call a virtual office. We realized that there are quite a number of Nigerians in diaspora that have the interest of going back to Nigeria to start a business. Don't forget, our focus is on business startups. So we felt that a lot of them get into Nigeria with a lot of budget to start something for a lot of reasons. Many of them have actually failed. So what we have done is to start what we call a virtual office, where you have all the functionality of an office and you don't necessarily need to be there physically. We have 2 members of FON that have actually benefited from this particular package, where you can have your office and staffs with a little budget. That means you have an office to your name, you have the office structure, you have the staffing, everything a normal standard office will have with just a little token, and you don't necessarily need to be there physically. For the sake of time, I might not be able to expatiate on this, but we started this and this has been successful. And quite a number of individuals also in Nigeria have actually taken advantage of these initiatives, especially some of them in Abuja, some of them in the US, because they are not physically present in Lagos and they needed an office in Lagos and do not have the budget. They do not have the money. They've been able to take advantage of this unique opportunity. As we moved on in trying to achieve our objectives, which has to do with helping people with shelter, food, water, and children, especially the women, in order, because we know that when we support the women, we are also supporting the young children. We realized that a lot of funding was needed, and we reached out to a lot of organizations and individuals. That definitely was not sustainable and successful. So what we did was to create sister companies where we on our own can start generating revenue. So we started what we call Abdovi. Abdovi is a real estate development company, of which on our own, we started initiatives of affordable housing. Initially, our intention was not to have a property development company, but we realized that most of the people that we have approached, most of the properties they have were not affordable, and many individuals were not buying into our objectives. They were feeling that it was not sustainable and it could not be done. So we felt on our own that it was time for us to take the bold step to make this a reality. We have started. We actually started this last year, towards the end of last year. We have an office now for this in Lagos, and we also have an office now for this in Port Harcourt. And currently, we have going smoothly. For most of the things we're doing, we are open to partnership. Why? Because what is on our table is bigger than the capacity that we have right now. And in a lot of areas, we are open to partnership based on projects, based on people that share our sentiment, that believes in our vision, that believes in our objectives. So we've done so well. And if Biodun, please, can you play the video, please? There's a video I would like you to see, the video of the office that we have in Lagos and the video of a food drive that we did last year, December, in Nigeria. We did that in partnership with a company in Turkey called Alia. So in partnership with Alia, we did a food drive taking care of over 500 children and women. And we also rendered some medical services for them. So please, can you play that for me, please? Ajibola.
Thank you, Mr. Kayode. I think we would share that with the audience after the meeting, so we don't keep people waiting. After the meeting, we are going to be sending emails to everybody with your contact details, with the link of videos that you want to share. So that will be done after the meeting. But
awesome.
If you want to mention anything,
awesome. Okay. Yes, we also established a community, and we tagged it Monitor Elite. And the purpose of this community is to actually be able to impact young Nigerians, to teach them on how to become successful entrepreneurs. We established that this year, and it has been very successful. Currently in our community, we have over 500 young entrepreneurs there. And one of the ways you can be of support and assistance to us is for you to let us know if you are available for 1 hour in a year, you are available for 2 hours in a year, to be able to give back to young Nigerians by just communicating your experiences, your expertise, your knowledge in the space in which you are. So we're focusing on doing that, and that has been, the result has been amazing. We're changing lives, we're impacting lives. And I believe that as many of you that believes in what we stand for, and you're willing to partner with opportunity to be able to influence, affect the lives of.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you so much, Tosin, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, everyone. At least we all know what Alex's foundation is into. Their mandate is to train as much people to be great entrepreneurs, especially in the tech space, and they also help you if you're a business owner as well to be able to get working spaces in Ikeja, Nigeria. Thank you very much, Mr. Kaide. Every other extra details or information that we need will be sent to us via email. Just because we are running out of time, it's been 2 hours seeing all your beautiful faces, if not all of your beautiful faces. But thank you so much for your patience. Right now, we are just going to be doing our votings, and then while we are voting, we are going to have John Okoro, President of the FON community, to just give us a brief final remarks so that we can all say see you later to your beautiful faces. So right now we are going to see a polling. We are going to get a poll. Please just choose the first runner up, the second runner up, and the third runner up. Remember that their prizes is Expo as spotlight, the cocktail event, and networking. The exhibitors already know what the prizes are. So please, the best presentation, the business you think should get a spot at Spotlight Nigeria, which is going to be happening at October. Please, your votes count. Please, let's all vote. So Ajibola, please let the vote poll happen right now. Thank you. John Okoro, please, please just give your final remarks. Say hello to everybody, to our exhibitors, and for the event today, so we can tell everybody bye bye. John Okoro, please. It's here. John, are you here? Okay. I'm very sure everybody is getting the polls right now. Please let your votes count.
Ajibola,
Sorry, my business is not here.
Nene's business is not there. Ajibola, please, can you fix the polls? Sorry.
Yes, I know. This was all.
Ajibola, you want to do simple administration for this polling?
You want to fight?
Nene, please, I would message you. I'll reach out to you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so we can do it like this, since because we already had it pre-planned and Nene's name wasn't there. If you are voting for Nene, just write Nene's full name in the chat. We'll do counting. We'll do both manual and automatic counting. So that it's not be like we didn't vote for Nene at all. Please, in the comment section, you can send it to me privately. Don't put it outside so that everybody will not see. Send it to me privately.
Put it outside. No APC, PDP here. Put it outside.
So please, while we are doing that, while we are voting, I hope everybody's voting. Please, if you are voting for Nene, send your message. John, please, please just give us the final remarks. So that we can go ahead. John.
Hi everyone. Good evening. It's
Hi,
so
John.
good to hi.
So nice
Hi
to see you.
It has been a great session. Kudos to the business committee for this maiden and very successfully organized session. And it's good to see everyone and hear about all the great businesses that we have within the community. So the good thing is now we know where to go or who to go to when we need certain services. And that's the idea, and I guess that's the reason for doing a virtual exhibition, is so that members can also get to know, and then those that want to launch out their businesses can be inspired. So I personally have been inspired by all the stories and all the visions and all the problem solving that we've heard during the course of this session. And that's really what Friends of Nigeria is about. It is a platform where we can all bring all our talents, our gifts, our visions together to support each other and grow together. As it's popularly said, TEAM, right? Team, together each achieves more. So that's the idea. It's really of leverage, of collaboration, and of working together, and we can build we can build each other's visions, we can build each other's ideas. And indeed, not everyone can be an entrepreneur, right? Not everyone can be a business owner, but everyone can be part of a vision in one way or the other, either contributing towards it, even investing in it, because as we heard, Sunkanmi, when he spoke, talked about how he raised family and friends round. And I know a few people that were part of that round, and all of them have I've multiplied their investments by more than 10 times. So that's also an opportunity for those that might not necessarily start businesses to also take part in businesses. So I guess everyone that's presented here, at some point they might need to raise some funding or already raising funding. So if that's also something that interests you, you can also consider that as well in a way to also take part in businesses. So that's really what we're about as a network, as coming together, bringing our ideas together, and building together. And this is the last event that would have before the 2nd of October. That is the main event for the year, which is Spotlight Nigeria. And the winner of today and the winners of today, everyone is a winner here today. That's perhaps something we've not said. Everyone
Yes,
is a winner.
exactly. Everybody's a winner.
Yeah, yeah. So this does not mean that whoever wins or does not win, that doesn't mean any. It just really goes. It's just more or less, you could call it popular votes, but everybody's idea counts. Everybody's vision also counts, and that's why the platform Spotlight Nigeria and the gala is open for us all to come together and celebrate ourselves, right? Celebrate Nigeria, and celebrate ourselves, even more importantly, and network with each other. So we can meet everyone on this call there and also more. People like Sunkanmi as well. The number of entrepreneurs coming from Nigeria, very, very successful entrepreneurs as well, that will be in Paris on the 2nd of October, that will be at the event. So if you're not registered yet, I think you're missing out, because it's going to be an interesting platform to meet trailblazers across different sectors. And there will be an award ceremony, so you would meet people that have done excellently well in social impact. A social impact awardee is flying in all the way from Canada. We have people coming from Canada, from Nigeria, from London, from Belgium, from Germany, from Luxembourg, from Switzerland, from different countries to be there in October. So most of us here on this call are in France, so we really don't have. If we can be there, that would be great. Especially because for you to have come on this call, you have a passion for business of some sort, and beyond that, also to be part of something and to also contribute towards what you're doing or what you intend to do in your own personal career or personal life. So we will be there. Looking forward to seeing everyone, and I would like to thank everyone that has been part of this session. All of you, you've done excellently well. Ajibola coordinating and leading the team, and everyone has played a role. Tosin, you've been great on this, moderating and coordinating the sessions. Everybody has been behind the scenes. Kachi, if I've not mentioned your name, please. I know, and I know that you've been all playing one role or the other. Mirabel, I've seen Mirabel on the call. Everyone has played a role. All the entire business committee members that have been active in this. Thank you all. And also everyone on the executive board as well that has been working tirelessly for Spotlight Nigeria and also supporting entrepreneurs and businesses in the way we can. So let's make October 2nd be a culmination of celebrating ideas and ourselves. And we're looking forward to seeing you. There are discounts for Spotlight Nigeria for members, and because the event actually takes a lot of resources to organize, but we've subsidized it for members. And Ajibola will talk more about that when he shares the prizes for the winners here today. So I will stop here, and it's been great seeing everyone, and looking forward to October 2nd. Please, let's mark October 2nd. That's where all of these things that are happening here would actually culminate, and it will be a great session. You'll meet a lot of entrepreneurs are coming in across different sectors: agribusiness, digital and technology, fintech. It's going to be great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for waiting till this moment. You guys are the absolute best. And just one thing I didn't mention from the beginning, please, we need more people. If you are part of the FON community, we need you in the FON business community. Join us to help entrepreneurs and other people that are trying to be business owners. We are welcoming new members to our team. So if you're part of the FON community and want to be part of the FON business team, please reach out to Ajibola, or you can reach out to John, or you can reach out to me. Please. Thank you very much. It would be nice to work with every one of us. Would have really loved to have networking sessions with us today, but we've just run out of time. So don't worry, we still have October edition, November edition, and other events that will be planned by the FON business team. So don't worry, we are not left out of any juicy events happening. So I'm just going to leave the floor to Ajibola to just give vote of thanks, to say bye-bye to your beautiful faces. It says one or two things to for the winners, and yes, that's it. It was so nice talking to all of you today. Thank you very much, Ajibola. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Tosin. Wonderful. So many things, so many stuff, so many emotions has been running. I've seen that people have voted, and yeah, it's freshly baked, coming out from the bakery. I would start with Nene, since that one is more open to everybody, so at least you can see directly how many people have voted for certified FICO. We are sorry, we should have added up, or it was just it was a last minute change. Yeah. So we have Grace Egwede, who voted. So that's number one. We have Matthew Justin, number two. Matthew Justin voted again. That wouldn't count. We have Ukela Adikema, number three. So yes, you can confirm yourself, but certified FICO she has 3 votes. So now I will share the.
No, we have more. It's 4. Ajibola, it's 4 because somebody
voted twice
directly. So somebody messaged me directly, privately.
Okay. Sorry? Not about.
Somebody messaged me privately.
So is Chris Oha? Chris Oha, yeah. Is that the name of the person who messaged you?
No, John messaged me. So.
Okay, bon. So we have John, certified FICO, and we have Chris Oha. He wrote certified Oni. I don't know if that would count.
It counts, Joe. It counts. Please. Don't spoil my market. It counts.
I think Oni is my surname. Oni is my surname.
Okay, so basically there are
probably
5 votes for.
You can say.
There are 5 votes for.
I think that's 4 votes.
That's for one next. I think that's for one next. So probably you can help us to clarify that.
Yes. So we have 1 vote from Matthew Justin, 1 vote from Grace Egwede, 1 vote from John, and then 1 vote from Ikele. So that's 4 for certified eco.
Okay, thank you. So that's 4. So I'll share the one we have here. Please, can we see it? Can we all see the code that was shared?
We cannot see.
I just
I can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
The winner is
one. It's possible to see the numbers.
Yes, we can see the numbers.
In percentage.
Yeah, so if you go by the number and somebody saying, did you use yes? I beg you. This is my neck. So if you go by what we are seeing there, we have one nest with 6 votes, 30%. We have Moneta with 5 votes, 25%. We have Agromat with 5 votes as well. We have Niger Matmo with 4 votes. So basically, the person who has the highest vote is one nest. What the final result have been uploaded? Have not been uploaded. It has been uploaded, I think. Okay, so I don't know. I'll just run quickly through because this is 1803, so we can all go. I'll run quickly through the price. So the first is obviously one nest. It would be getting a free attendance to Spotlight Nigeria. So Spotlight Nigeria is actually coming up on Monday, October 2nd. There is also free exhibition at the Spotlight Nigeria 2023 and free attendance at the cocktail. So I would be reaching out to you and would know how to make arrangements. The second, so we have 2 people who are tied, Agromat and Moneta. So
wait, sorry, Ajibola, Agromat is how many people? 25% is
Agromat is 5, Moneta is 5.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
sorry, there's an additional vote for Agromat.
We would not be taking that, please.
Voting has ended.
The voting has ended and INEC has ruled.
Hey.
You can go to the you can go to the court to challenge the results. So basically, we have to discuss with the FON executive to see how we can best manage this. Because we have 2 people who are tied, and so we cannot. There's no tiebreaker here. So I guess the 2 of them will be second. Normally, the second prize is free attendance to the cocktail and a 50% discount on exhibition at Spotlight Nigeria. Like I mentioned, the Spotlight Nigeria is 2nd of October, 9 o'clock, and in the evening there's a cocktail and awards night. So yeah, for those of you who are in Paris, if you are not in Paris too, yeah, some of us will also be gracing the event by God's grace. Yeah. So I would just like to thank everybody. Thank you very much. This is the first event from the business committee this year, even from last year. I think the last time we had event was in 2021, if I'm right. So thank you very much. I would like to thank Matthew Justin. There's no third prize here. We only have 3 spaces, and 2 people already took second, but we already have our 3 spaces, so I think that would do. Thank you very much. So I would like to thank our special guest, Mr. Sunkanmi Ola. He's not here again with us because he had other engagements, but thank him very much, and we hope to hear more from him. The FON executive, John Abiodun, Nkechi, every other person that I'm not remembering their names right now. Thank you very much. You guys have really helped. Thank you for your support. I thank my team, my committee members as well. Tosin, Kachi, Mirabel, Yemi. Thank you very much. We are a small team, and we have room for expansion. So if you really want to join what we do in the business committee, please kindly reach out. Also, I would like to thank all the exhibitors as well. Thank you very much. It was nice having you here with us. Thank you very much. The audience as well, you've been really wonderful. You've been with us from the beginning, and we give all the thanks to you as well. Mirabel, you said, okay, I see what you said. I think I will allow, because I know there is a 50% discount normally for FON members. from the Spotlight Nigeria. So I know there's a 50% discount for those who want to exhibit, and this for FON members. And then for our winners, there will also be, for those who are coming second, it will mean that they will also be getting 50% off more than what they would have paid. But we'll share this by email to you. Thank you very much. We'll share this by email to our winners. For the cocktail, I believe the ticket is still ongoing. I believe early bird price is €60 for the cocktail. But obviously for our winners, it will be free attendance for the cocktail for them. I hope to see them in Paris. Yes, thank you very much. I will hand over to Tosin for just the final ciao.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It was so nice seeing your beautiful faces today. Thank you for supporting the team. Thank you to everybody for your patience. Thank you to our exhibitors for answering our call. You guys are the absolute best. You all are all winners. You know my winners in all my, but thank you, everybody. So we are just going to be saying bye-bye. Expect our emails. We are going to be sending all the necessary information to you about our exhibitors, what they do, how you can contact them, even our guest speaker as well, and how you can join the FON business team. So you must join. Thank you very much. All right, everybody. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you to the organizers.
Bye.
And see you in court. See you in court. This case is not over.
We'll see. God, come. Come, we are waiting for you. We have our lawyer.
Off your mic. Off your mic, please. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Christabel.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Kachi. Thank you, Nkechi. I see you. Thank you, Tochiko, Valentin, Christmas, Chinemeze. You guys are the absolute best. Ikela Dikeme, thank you. Matthew Justin, thank you. Mr. K, thank you so much. John and Abiodun, you guys, they're just the team members in it, the pillars. Thank you so much. Mirabelle, thank you. Obi, thank you, Praise. Our team members.